Welcome. This Eyefinity practice management tutorial will cover appointment calendar. We will talk about the different ways to open the appointment calendar, discuss calendar navigation, and how to search for open appointments. You can use the scheduler to create, view, and modify patient appointments. The appointment calendar can be opened in one of three ways. Click the Appointments drop-down and select Appointment Calendar. If the patient account is open, click the Appointments option in the navigation area. Then click the Appointment button. Of course, the easiest way to open the calendar is to click on the Appointment Calendar tile. Calendar navigation. Ooh, look at those colorful appointments. This is how your calendar will look when assigning colors to your services in administration. However, use caution when doing so. You don't want to have a cheat sheet to explain what colors mean. You can hover over an appointment to see the services assigned if you can't remember the service by the color. By clicking once on the appointment, the patient panel opens to display further details about the patient. When was their last exam? What is their date of birth, phone number, and much more. Open balances can be patient only, insurance only, or both, and will display in this area as well. Selecting the balance hyperlink amounts will take you to the material orders page for viewing balances and making payments if needed. The notes area will display the most current note on file, urgent, or follow-up. And the View All Notes hyperlink will take you to the correspondence notes page for that patient to view all notes. You can look at the most recent patient form. This is mapped based on the form type, medical history form manually added, then uploaded by your staff. Or if the patient is using our online scheduling form, where the patient submits an online form. You can click the Submit Online link to bring up the Documents page where you can see the last medical history form on file. Also, there is a double arrow in the upper right corner to hide this information when it is not needed, or for privacy. You can double-click any appointment on the display to open the appointment details window. You can make a change here and save, or simply close. All the navigation is at the top, and if you have scheduled an appointment for next week, simply click the Today button to return to today's date. Click the arrow buttons to change the date or select a date from the calendar. I find the calendar to be much easier to use when scheduling days or weeks in advance. The Day button shows the day view in the display. However, if there is only one doctor in the office today because the others are attending the John Deere Classic Golf Tournament, then you can isolate the calendar to the one doctor working. Simply click the Week button and select your doctor available today from the resource drop-down list. Click the Find Open button to search for open appointments, and further details on this topic will come later in this tutorial. The color grid explains what each color means in the calendar. The Office drop-down allows you to select which calendar location you need to schedule an appointment. The red dotted line across the display means your day has started and identifies the current time, so you can tell if you have time to get that second cup of coffee before your next appointment arrives. From the blue button in the upper right corner, you have options to print appointments, or if you have several doctors set up in your location and you only want to see the available doctors for today, select Resource Settings. When you select the Resource Settings option, this pop-up appears. It allows you to select only the resources you want to see on the calendar today for this location. Simply uncheck the doctors not available today. Remember to click Save when finished. Now you can see on the display the doctors actually in the office. This action can be done at the beginning of every day if you like. However, most offices only have a few doctors in the practice and will leave the display set on a permanent basis. Searching for open appointments. There may be times when you want to open all available appointments for a specific doctor. To find these types of open appointments, click the Find Open button. The Find Open Appointments window opens. You can search for any appointment at that location. Simply select the office drop-down. If a patient really likes Dr. Casey because he talks about sports, you can search for open appointments with Dr. Casey. You can search by the number of weeks or months into the future by entering the number and selecting weeks or months. Or select the month you want to start your search, because this patient is going to Hawaii and will not be back in the office until the first of the next month. Select the days of the week, the appointment duration, and the period of the day the patient is most likely to be available. And these are check boxes, so you can pick one or more. When ready, click Search. The open appointments matching your search criteria will display in the results list. Start times are listed for each open appointment, as well as the resource, because some patients may be willing to see any available doctor but needs a specific time. In the lower left corner, you can see the number of entries retrieved and decide the number of rows to display at one time. In the lower right are the first, previous, next, or last buttons, as well as specific page numbers you can click on to move around. Simply double-click the appointment time from the list to open the Add Appointment window. Search for the patient. Select the appointment details your office requires and schedule the appointment. Then wish the patient safe travels on their trip to Hawaii. We hope you found this tutorial useful, and thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this video, there are many more like it in the support community. To contact education resources, please send an email to er@eyefinity.com.